Well, hello, Yolanda and Evgeniy. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today about your fabulous new record, which is still on our CKUA chart. This week it's at number 14. And I would love to know how making this record was different than how you've made your previous recordings. I know that you did some time at the National Music Center. Can you tell me a little bit about your process there?
Yolanda, you want to take this one?
Sure. So we ended up getting a 1 week residency at the National Music Center, April 2022. We basically invited most of our musician friends to come through. We worked predominantly with Marvin Key, rest in peace, and Ravi Pulaya. And we kind of just experimented with the different sounds based off of the instruments that were available to us at the National Music Center. So I would say that this was a little bit different because it was kind of like we could do anything we wanted. I think that we always do what we want to do as far as like we're kind of working outside of the box at all times. But I think the sounds of the vintage instruments really brought more out of us this time around and kind of allowed us to navigate a space that was containing elements of the past, the present, and what we hoped for music to sound like in the future.
That's amazing. That is beautiful. Okay, well, in that theme, what are some of the themes you wanted to explore in this record? Sonically and spiritually, to me, it feels very cosmic, kind of otherworldly, very peaceful as well. What were some of those themes that you were looking to explore in this record?
Yeah, there's elements of like psychedelic funk and experimental kind of like synthy stuff going on with this record. And it really kind of allowed us to play with those certain things. So, yeah.
Here's a question. You got to be at the National Music Center and play around with all those fabulous vintage synths, which is like totally amazing. Can each of you tell me what was your favorite synth that you got? What was your favorite piece of gear that you got to play with when you were there? Yolanda, you go first.
I don't know. I didn't really play with the synths too much. Like I know that I maybe pressed a few keys on like one of the tracks, so I can't really answer that question. What I would say though is that every element of what we were able to do was the best part. I think there are a lot of instruments that you're not even able to get your hands on anymore. So just to be able to touch them, just to know who had touched them also. But I would say the microKORG, I guess. That's the one, right, Jay?
They don't even have that was the joke because they don't have the microKORG there.
Oh, it's the other one then. The other one that Marvin liked.
Yeah. That
The
was the one
Soviet,
that Marvin likes, but they didn't have it there.
what was the Soviet synth called then?
Well, my favorite one was the Emu. It was a synth sequencer. It's like from the 70s, I think. And you got some really funky. It's kind of like an old school drum machine. And it's huge and it takes up like half a room. There's a lot of patching and stuff going on there. So I kind of wish I got to play around with some more of that one. I had a little bit more time with that one, but a few of the tracks have that emu sequencer sound to them.
Yeah, there's some great vintage sounds on this record. I really love it. How does it feel to be so supported and loved by your hometown and your home province community? I mean, you got to be in your hometown at the National Music Center, but I know that you are both really huge supporters of your community, and now everyone is really jazzed about this new record of yours. How does that feel?
It feels good. I think that a lot of the time in life, you kind of get like what you put in. I feel like I grew up in this community and there were lots of musicians and just people who were supportive of us like from day one. So I feel like everything that we've done, it belongs to like our community. Like it's not us. It's just like the product of just the love and support that we've gotten throughout our lives here.
And you've got some great collaborators on this new record too.
Yeah, we do. Odario, K Riz, and Prevail.
That is so great. We're going to hear the track with K-Riz coming up here on the Rise on CKUA. But I just want to end with asking you both, maybe what's next for the band? Do you have any shows coming up? Do you have any more recording plans? What's in the works?
We're working on another album right now. We're hoping to release it next year. We want to plan like a mini little tour, maybe Western Canada for next year also, and just shooting some music videos, just keeping busy.
We can't reveal too much, but just what Yolanda said is probably good. But lots of exciting stuff in the works for us, so we're jazzed about that.
Well, so are we here at CKUA, and we're so grateful to you for taking the time to chat with us here on the Rise. Keep in touch with us, and we'll be following your career, and we'll be playing this record nonstop because it's so good. Thank you so much, and it was great to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. Thanks so much for playing the album too. We love your station. So
thank you. Nice to meet you also.
Okay, take care, you guys. Bye.